Welcome to another heart-pounding, relationship-crushing episode of Cheaters. Our first visits Lizet O Reilly, an Army reservist who comes to Cheaters with hurt feelings and suspicions about her boyfriend's recent actions.
So I met Nick about 4 months ago. I book live music. We met at a networking event. And I'm in the reserves in the Army. I was active duty for 4 years. Now I'm in the reserves, so I travel a bit, but when I'm home, I book live music at several different venues. Nick's very handsome. He kind of looks like Elvis. He's actually an Elvis impersonator, but he also sings music. It's just that voice, that sound, that confidence. And he also does marketing, so he just sings on the side. But he's very compassionate, and he seems to have a good head on his shoulders. I do see a future with Nick, but lately I've had to leave for some assignments. I'm an equal opportunity officer in the Army, so sometimes I have to go away for training. And lately he's been working late. Even if I'm home, he'll have to work late when he knows I'm leaving for a week. And it's just kind of like, if you knew I was gonna leave, why aren't you just gonna be there? Why can't you just make time for that? And when I'm gone all next week, why don't you just make your appointments for then? I get the whole business side of it and working, but really, make time for those that you actually care about.
Nick, age 35, a marketing consultant suspected of implementing a strategy of divide and conquer in his relationship. Briefed on the particulars of the case, Cheaters deploys a team of investigators outside of the suspect's place of employment. Sometime during the day of surveillance, the suspect, known only as Nick, steps outside for what looks like a quick smoke. However, undercover agents have to move quickly as the suspect hops into his vehicle and leaves. Cheaters personnel tail the man to a nearby sports bar and grill. Suspect Nick sits alone and has a beer before he is joined by Lizet. He greets her with a familiar hug and entices her to sit at the table.
You know, when I used to come home, it would be 2 or 3 days, we'd just be, arm in arm. And now it's just kind of, he gets up and he goes, and then he's still making those appointments, and just maybe not the same amount of sex or affection. It's just, I come home and I'm more excited to see him than he is to see me, and I'm the one that's actually gone. And I miss him. Yeah, I actually received a Facebook invite from a friend of a friend. I don't think I was supposed to see it. It's for a birthday party, and it's actually when I'm out of town. And I have some friends that are going, and Nick's going, and then this girl's going, and it's actually her birthday party. And there's actually a picture when I went and looked on her Facebook and kind of looked at her photos, a picture of her and Nick from a couple weeks ago. And this is gonna, if he's doing something, if this is what's going on, I'm really not gonna put up with it. If I catch this, and he hasn't mentioned anything about this, I don't think I was supposed to see it.
During their lunch date, Lizet leaves the table for a quick trip to the ladies' room. During her absence, Nick appeals to his narcissistic side by snapping a few selfies of himself. When he notices Lizet returning, Nick quickly puts his phone down. Sometime later, the suspect and Lizet leave the bar and go their separate ways for the evening.
I've avoided relationships in the past, one, because I've been cheated on before. There was one guy that was married and didn't tell me he was married, and I dated him for a full month. And people just lie. And I went into this relationship telling Nick that I didn't trust people. And he assured me, he promised me that he wasn't gonna lie, that he was gonna be honest, that he would be faithful, that he was ready for that. And that's the only reason that I did this for the last 4 months, almost 5 months. And I'm gonna be super pissed if he's wasted my damn time. Is it that hard to be honest with people? Just don't lie. If you don't wanna be with somebody, then don't be with somebody. If you're not man enough to be in a relationship, then don't be in one. And he won't be able to say anything if I get there. I'm probably gonna choke his ass out. I'm just not putting up with it anymore.